Hello, welcome back to another episode of Draft Dogs with the Transfer Portal CFB presented by NoContextCFB. Here with Matt today. Matt, come on, Draft Dogs.
Woof, bark, meow.
No meowing, man. No
I know
cats. Come on.
meowing.
This is not a dog thing. That was Bruin?
That was just a howl.
Oh, okay. Bruins wolf. Oh well. Yeah, we did offensive our guys last week. And Drewster Wilson ain't here with us today. That's okay. So Matt's here, and we're gonna do our guys on the defensive side of the ball. We got one edge rusher, one interior defensive lineman, one linebacker, one cornerback, one safety, which we both have the same player. I already know that. And then we have one sleeper. So we'll get into that. And, just please make sure to consider liking and subscribing, letting us know in the comments below who your favorite players are on the defensive side of the ball. And yeah, let's get right into. Do you want to start with the trenches, or do you want to build this defense from the secondary?
We're gonna start in the trenches. Everything starts in the trenches.
All right. Let's hear your interior defensive lineman.
I have a Tuli Pelotu. It feels a bit weird to say this is my guy after he led the nation in sacks, but I put him as my number one interior D lineman in the country before the season, and I was heavily slandered for it. And then he went out and led the nation in sacks. He's a monster. He's capable of beating with speed and power. He has everything you want out of an inside pass rusher, and he's adept at transitioning between his speed to power moves. His spin move is nasty. His spin move will get him at least 2 sacks in the NFL next year, guaranteed. He has a little bit of outside versatility. He can go out on the edge, but he doesn't really have like the bend to play on the edge. He's more just kind of bull rush on the edge. So I think if you're going to play him on the edge, it should be something like the Eagles do, where the Eagles play a lot of 5-2. He could be the outside D line, interior D lineman in that. But I think his best spot is going to be in a 3-tech in a D line spot.
What's your projection for Tuli? Like, where do you see him getting drafted?
I don't think he'll go in the first. He could, if a team like feels that need, like the Chargers. Chargers always need help with run defense, no matter what they do. I could see them getting him, but I think probably early second.
All right. So Tuli is the first guy, the first dog for Mr. Matt, who is getting energized. For those who don't know, Matt drinks energy drinks like water.
It runs through my veins like blood.
What number is that today?
This is actually only number 1 today.
I don't believe that. You must have just woken up. I need people to wake up and realize the talent that Dante Stills is. He's my IDL. He's my guy. 23-year-old rookie from West Virginia. His brother Darius played at WVU for a long time as well, and was a very good defender. And then Dante just said, sorry, big bro, I'm better than you. Dante is now truly one of the best defenders, one of the best players that West Virginia's ever had. He just never got the recognition. Nobody's ever put respect on this guy's name. And I'm just here to question why that is. He's 6'4", 285. He's going to be a 23-year-old rookie. He's actually the cousin of Kenny Stills as well. I learned that today. I didn't even realize that. But what the knock on him is going to be the ideal size. As I said, 6'4", 285. They're going to want a little taller guy, maybe some more weight on him. But he makes up for that because of his length, his quickness, his smarts. He's so strong against the run, and he clogs the middle very well. I really like his reach when a running back's trying to burst through that hole. I really like his reach and the ability to get on him and prevent him from going for a long, gain. Maybe it's just first down or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. I think he does a very good job of shedding. He uses a very nice push off the offensive lineman and kind of tosses him out the way, and it's right onto the ball carrier. And it's good stuff. And why I love Stills, look, the defensive tackle position, it ain't the prettiest thing. But when you're finding someone that could rush the passer from their interior, like Tuli can, like Dante can, that excites me. Dante had 24 and a half sacks in his career at West Virginia. And while he's smaller, it's that speed that helps him win in a big way. His short area quickness is stellar. He's a very good athlete. And I think he's going to be a remarkable day 3 pick that's just going to be sticking around the NFL for years to come.
I feel like every year there comes out a guy that just like isn't it for, especially for the interior D line position, that is just not looked at because of their size, that just gets into the league and is great. Mm-hmm. It kind of happens every year.
Yeah, you gotta wonder why everyone continues to doubt then and doesn't just realize, maybe they're just going to be impactful and we should start focusing on the play on the field. Is that shocking to want to care about the play on the field, the production?
No, we got to care about how their butt looks.
Oh, word. Edge rusher Matthew, who you got?
I have Yasir Abdullah out of Louisville. So Abdullah has brick hands, which is weird to say for a guy who got 2 interceptions this year. But what I mean is his punch is vicious. When he goes in for like a punch move, he gets in and really just shoves the D lineman and or the O lineman, and it just moves them. He has the best hand placement among all the edge rushers in the class. I think his rip and pull moves are extremely violent, and it's easily his most marketable skill. Like that's easily what like. If you're in the draft room, you're looking at your Sue, like you see what can he win for us immediately with his rip and pull. He can immediately win in the NFL with. I have no doubt about it. He's also extremely versatile. He's good at rushing the passer. He had 10 sacks both the last 2 years. He's good at defending the run. He's had over 15 tackles for loss the last 2 years, and he can drop back into coverage. He had 2 interceptions, 4 passes defense this year, 3 passes defense last year. And he's also a coach's guy. He was the emotional leader at Louisville on that defense. Like his grit is crazy. His motor is extremely strong. He's always running down for plays behind. He's always hustling. He's just a coach's guy. I think he's going to be great in the NFL.
It doesn't sound fun to get hit by a guy with brick hands.
No, it does not.
No, I think in a wildly talented edge rushing class that had, how much depth is there in this edge rushing class?
Yeah, it goes like 20 deep.
It's insane. So that's a really good shout from you. And I'm my guy is you might know him. Maybe people don't know him for some reason. Myles Murphy, one of the top players in the class, in my opinion. We're not talking QBs. He's the 3rd-ranked player in the class behind Will Anderson at 1, Jalen Carter at 2. Myles Murphy is young. He's been doing this as a youngster. He's only going to be a 21-year-old rookie. He won't turn 22 till next January. 6'5", 275. It's just watching him excites me so much. And I often just sit there in the middle of the day. I'll randomly think about, the heck is Myles Murphy going to be doing when he's 23, 24 years old in the NFL? It's going to be scary. He wins with long arms and a ferocity that is extremely difficult to compete with. He's got so much raw power, and then that sensational blend of speed to power where he's rushing off the edge with that speed, and in a nanosecond could just flip that switch and he's going to power, and he's hitting the quarterback with absolute violent intentions, and he's still adding to that pass rushing repertoire. It's just going to be scary to see what he's going to be able to cook with in a few years, dude. And he's pretty good in run support. I don't know. Myles Murphy is a monster.
We talked about how deep this edge rush is. It's deep from top to bottom, but the top 3 or 4 guys is crazy. Like this could be a all pro.
Oh yeah,
all pros galore when you look back on this in a couple of years.
Undoubtedly, I think Myles Murphy is going to be an all pro talent. But I think the same with Will Anderson. Will Anderson's better and everything, but right now. But would not surprise me in the slightest if we're in 2025 and Myles Murphy's already the better player. Where should we go to next? Linebacker?
We're building the inside out. So yeah, linebacker.
All right, man. Who you got, champ?
I got Owen Popo out of Auburn, and he describes himself best with his Twitter which is just the freak, and that's what he is. He is a freak. He is he's 6'1", 225. He was clocked at Auburn, obviously you always got to put those numbers into with a little bit of grain of salt. He was clocked at a 4.32 40, and he benches 465. He's an athletic freak of nature. He has a really good chance to break the linebacker record at the combine, which is held by Shaquem Griffin. He ran a 4.38. He has a really good shot to beat that. And on top of that athleticism, his frame is crazy. He's a 6'7" wingspan. So he's really good in run support. He's a great tackler. He has a solid feel for leverage when he's shedding blocks. And he doesn't rush the passer often, but his speed makes him a threat on blitzes just because his pure speed is just going to outrun most interior blockers. He has good feet in coverage. He doesn't get out of phase very often. So when he gets into coverage, he's normally pretty adept at that. He had 91 tackles this year, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks and an interception, and three passes defense. His biggest knock is he's struggled a little bit to stay healthy, but if he can stay healthy and get on the field, he's going to be really impactful at the next level.
Yeah, he's definitely intrigued me. I'm very excited to see what his landing spot is for both day and team, where that fit's going to be, and just how quick he'll be able to make an impact. I think that's another really good our guy there, Matt, or your guy. Your guy. So I went with my guy again. Theme here. First it was Dante Stills being undersized. Now it's Ivan Pace Jr. is going to be looked at for being undersized. He's 6 foot 235 linebacker, built like a tank. He's going to be a 22-year-old rookie. Bedinark finalist, thanks to a terrific 2022, where he racked up 20 and a half tackles for loss and 9 sacks in his lone season at Cincy. Before that, he went out with a breakout season in 2021 for Miami of Ohio. He's put out 2 incredible seasons back-to-back with so much good tape. And I love what he's going to be able to bring, not just at linebacker, but maybe even off the edge as well, and just blitzing up the seam. He is a pass rushing extraordinaire that wins with swiftness and crazy closing speed. I think he's a killer edge rusher, man, for real. Even with that lack of size, I think he's going to be able to go up against big dogs. I think he's going to be able to win with that swiftness, that quickness, that those unpredictable pass rushing moves that a guy like him has shown. He's an extremely active player as well, who's always moving, is always making plays with incredibly ferocious intentions. He bothers offensive linemen with extremely good hand placement on his swim move. And due to the size concerns, he's going to go a lot later than a player of his caliber should. I think that this guy should probably be picked at the end of the second round. It's possible we don't see him picked till early day 3. That's whack. That's incorrect. You're going to see Ivan Pace Jr. just crushing in the NFL in a few years. He's going to be a key piece on defense. He's a leader, highly skilled player. Don't make the mistake of passing up on Ivan Pace Jr. He could do it all.
Yeah, he was in contention to be my guy, but once I saw you had him, we couldn't have the two of the same my guys. But Ivan's a freak.
We couldn't have 2 of the same my guys. Where are you getting at there, Matt?
I'm saying at the safety position, we'll have 2 of the same guys.
Yeah, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna tell people our safety? It's not. It really is our guy here, and it's been since before the season.
We both had him as the number 1 safety for preseason. That hasn't changed for me. I think I like best your description of what he would be if he were describing players as things. I think you described him as a heat-seeking missile or Bullet Bill.
No. That Bullet Bill was Noah Sewell.
Oh, okay, so just the heat-seeking missile.
Yeah. So this guy. Do we want to say the safety's name yet? Or he's going to okay. JL Skinner, folks.
Boise State, JL Skinner. When you look at his frame, it's hard to look at him and not think of Cam Chancellor, which is an entirely unfair comp to give to a young man. But the similarities are so striking. The massive frame and athleticism, the absolute missile-seeking tendencies when he comes downhill on screens and run plays. He's looking to blow someone up every time. And he's not just a big hitter. He's good in coverage. He's so good. He hasn't gotten the respect he's deserved because he's been in the Mountain West, but he's been the best safety in the country for 2 years, in my opinion.
So why I described him to as just a roadblock? Like, there's no way that you're going to get past JL Skinner with that 6'4", 218 build and just his dependable tackling skills that you kind of highlighted there. The nasty, like Matt is just going in on the heat-seeking missile aspect. It's hard to describe. It's something that you've got to see. The 2021 hit that he had against Oklahoma State really shows that nasty blend of closing speed and extreme hit power. The Cam Chancellor comp is going to be there for a lot of people. Again, I'm not a comp guy. That's why I comped him to a roadblock or a brick wall. It's going to be so much fun to see his versatility, which entices us so much. To see his versatility utilized by hopefully a bright mind in the NFL, a fun coordinator, not a boomer. Just excite us, man. Let's use JL Skinner in a variety of ways and utilize that versatility to the best of its ability. Let's have fun with it. Let's line him up off the edge even and let him rush a passer. We know he could do that. And as Matt said, the coverage skills are good and he doesn't get respect for it, and it doesn't make any sense. He's super underrated in pass coverage. I think he does a very good job of creating opportunities for himself that would not be there for other players. And impressive instincts. His instincts, Matt, how good are they?
Top notch, phenomenal,
top notch,
absurd,
phenomenal.
Insane.
Absurd, insane. That's all quoted from Matthew Townsend right there. That's the good stuff. What are opposing receivers doing tonight? Okay, well, maybe not tonight since we're in the offseason. What are opposing receivers doing in September when they know they've got to get a good night's rest, but they're playing JL Skinner on Sunday? They're not going to sleep.
They hear his footsteps the night before.
Like, that's the kind of player JL Skinner is. You're scared of him. You fear him. And also, he's going to be a 22-year-old rookie.
And I'm going to stake my claim for my 2024 guy at the safety position, a guy that reminds me of JL Skinner a lot, and that's James Williams out of Miami. He's going to be my guy for this lot next year. I think he's going to be really good.
Good shot from Matthew. Let's go to a corner though, Matt.
So I've tried to try to stay with second, third round guys this time, but here I'm going to the top of the board. I think Joey Porter Jr. is my CB1.
Wide receiver 1 too.
Travis Hunter. If he had just a few more hours on the jugs machine, I think a lot of people would be talking about him as the unquestioned CB1. The only reason he's not getting that talk, in my opinion, is he just doesn't have the interception numbers. But he's so good in coverage that he just doesn't get thrown at. And then he's missed a couple opportunities to bring in some interceptions. But he is phenomenal. He's great size at 6'2". He's good speed. I think he'll probably run in the mid 4.4s if I had to guess. And he's outrageously fluid. He's locked up all different kinds of receivers. He has the quickness and agility and quick feet to guard quick slot guys. He has the speed and ball tracking abilities to guard an X receiver over the top. Obviously, we know he's the mental acumen and bloodlines to be in the NFL with his father. Yes. And as a team that needs a corner, his father's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, should really be looking at Joey Porter here in the first round. He has a little bit of Trayvon Diggs in him, and where his aggressiveness sometimes leads to him getting beat a little bit, but he's a bit more athletic than Trayvon and can recover a better when he does get beat on a double move or something like that. He's going to be so good. In a class of absurd corners, I think probably 5 go in the first round. If I had to guess, he's easily my number 1.
I have him at number 3, but I still think super highly of him. Like, I agree with everything you said. I think he's going to be a baller in the NFL. I just have Cam Smith and Clark Phillips ahead, but I love Joey, and I think the fun thing here is he better be a Pittsburgh Steeler. If they pick Kelly Ringo over him, I'm gonna throw a fit on Twitter. Please pick Joey Porter Jr. Pittsburgh, do it, please. And 2, people are like questioning the draft class at times, as they'll always do, and it's so lame. And me and Matt are saying here, and we've talked about numerous position groups that are just absolutely loaded at the top, and there's so much depth, but people still want to question if the class is overall like it or not. This class is disgusting. It's so good. It's filled with extremely good talent at the top, at the bottom.
This class is 2011, 2013 level, undoubtedly.
Look at the breaks. So you talked about Joey Porter Jr., obviously son of Joey Porter Sr. Stud, stud, stud. I also went with the guy who's got great bloodlines. Stephen Gilmore's older brother is Stephon Gilmore, who's been one of the best corners in the NFL for years. All he is the bump and run Gilmore. What do you love about
defensive player of the year at corner?
Yeah, like that guy. What do you think Stephen Gilmore is going to do with what he has learned from his older brother, who's like older by like 8 years? I think Stephen's going to be a 23 or 24-year-old rookie. So he's been watching Stephon he's been watching Stephon since his rookie year, and he's been, as a fellow corner, analyzing Stephon's every move. And he, for some reason, Steve only ended up at Marshall, and all he did was excel there. Game sealing pick six against Notre Dame, which showcases probably his best asset, which is just his innate closing speed. He'll give the quarterback an opportunity to make a throw. Hey, me and Steven know that opportunity isn't there, but the quarterback doesn't know that. He comes in, snatches that with ease, and he's going the other way for a pick six or taking it for a really good field position for his offense. He's built at 6 foot 170, and he's physical just like his big brother. He disrupts passes so dang well. Sticky in man coverage. He plays with so much feistiness. I think he's got phenomenal ball skills. And again, his technique is fantastic, and his understanding of the corner position is amazing. Stephen Gilmore should be talked about as a round 3 pick, in my opinion. I think it's crazy that we're not talking about this guy more, or that others aren't talking about him more, because I've been talking about him and Micah Abraham. Micah returned to school, but talk about Stephen for a long time. We're getting a super good corner that has learned from Stephon Gilmore. Like, what else can I say?
A lot of times, like, the things get overstated in terms of like when people say, "Oh, his brother played in the NFL and he must be good." It's not necessarily they're going to be good, but that mindset and the technique that gets taught to them, especially when they're that much older from a father or like an older brother by 8 years, it's a kind of coaching that you really can't get from anywhere else. Like, even if you had a coach in college that played in the NFL, it's not the same as your brother or your father teaching you. It's from when you were, especially for Stephon, he was 8 years younger, or Steven, he was 8 years younger. He was probably getting taught like really good corner technique in middle school. He's known proper technique since he was 12.
He's getting top of the league talent, like tips. Like, he's getting tips from one of the best players in the league for a like lengthy stretch where he's,
his entire developmental period
in the high school. Exactly. So what Stephen Gilmore is going to do when he gets to the NFL and he shows up and impacts as a rookie, and then he's starting to just, I'm not going to make the same, like, Tariq Woolen was a different case, a completely different case. I know that Matt knew that I was going to say his name, but Tariq Woolen going in the 5th round made zero sense. And if Stephen Gilmore goes in the 5th round, I'm going to call for the firings of like 32 front offices. Figure it out, draft them in the 3rd round, and you've got a stud talent that's going to be one of the best corners in this class when it's all said and done. I truly believe that.
And you know who was telling people to take Tariq Woolen earlier in the draft?
Us.
We were.
We had them both in the 1st round, and he went in the 5th. Sick. The heck is that?
Who knows? They don't know nothing.
Sleeper time, though. This is where we could also show people up.
All right. The nation's leader in tackles for loss hasn't gotten nearly enough respect. Darrell Johnson from Liberty, partly because he had Liberty, 27 and a half tackles for loss. That is absurd. Like, no one in the nation is even close. He's like 6 tackles for loss clear of everyone else. And to go along with that, he had 9 sacks, an interception, 4 passes defense, 3 forced fumbles. His skills are just phenomenal. He's a legitimate day 2 guy, in my opinion. He's probably not going to go until late in day 3, like 6th or 7th round, but he should go in the 2nd or 3rd round. His motor and effort is obvious every play. Like I talked about this year, it's like rare to see a play end and him not be by the ball. And if a play's ending in the backfield, he's definitely by the ball, because he was the only one on that Liberty defense causing any havoc. If you looked at the bowl game, the only reason that bowl game was close at all was because Darrell Johnson had 5 tackles for loss and a sack. If he didn't get hurt, they probably win that game.
Yeah, we were watching that game and sent a lot of DMs just saying, there's Darrell again and again and again. He was everywhere. It doesn't make sense.
He flies into the backfield every single play.
What's the comp? He's like the bad guy in the horror movie that just keeps showing up at every twist and turn. Like he's just there. He's ruining your day.
Popping up every cut, just a little jump cut, and there's Darrell jump scare.
Ooh, jump scare might be a good nickname for him. All right. My sleeper was also a nation's leader. In 2021, he had 9 interceptions, which led the entirety of NCAA football, no matter what level, FBS, FCS, D2, D3, whatever. He's a product of Golden West College, which is a community college. He transferred to Louisville, never played there, went to Montana, and he flashed often. I have no clue what his age is. I think he's about 23 or 24 as well, though. Justin Ford. He's a 6'2", 200-pounder, and he is fun to watch. He's got that big-time build that you just salivate over because he's got that, and then he's got that combo, that daunting combination of size and speed. He's a stupendous athlete with just ridiculous ball skills and footwork. Very, very aggressive too, as evidenced by the 9 interceptions. Like he's going to jump every route he possibly can. He's going to bother opposing receivers with, so much physicality. And yeah, there will be pass interference calls. What are you going to do? That's just part of the game. He's going to try to get every advantage that he can, and he does well with it. I think he's got great instincts as well. Justin Ford's going to be someone that NFL draft fans start learning about over the course of these next few months, and they're going to fall in love with them. Probably going to be like a 4th or 5th round pick. And again, I mean, he might go later because the Montana thing and everything, but don't pay attention to the school brand. Pay attention to the player. This is a guy that, again, could play at Louisville. It's community college product. That we see a lot of those guys that have that chip on their shoulder just know, and they work harder than anyone else. We know about that grind set. Justin Ford's going to be a baller in the NFL. He's going to impact the game. You're going to hear a lot of Justin Ford's name over the course of these next few months. So get to believe in Justin Ford. And yeah, I mean that's it. We don't have any more names, Matt. That was it.
24 is correct on that age. I just looked up.
You found his birthday.
I didn't find his birthday, but I found when he graduated from. Technically, I'm not positive, but he graduated.
It's around.
Graduated high school same year as me. So
okay, yeah,
this is 24.
He's around 24 years old, around our age. No biggie. He's he's trying to make it to the NFL, and we're doing this. So us 3 are all doing the good things, right?
We're all doing what's right in the world.
Mm-hmm. Matt's on energy drink number 7 already.
It's number 1. We're not gonna lie to these people.
All right.
I woke up too late. I was late for work. I couldn't grab one out of the fridge.
You gotta be better, Matt. Gotta have better awareness.
I blame who lost the tennis match. I blame Quinn Zhang for losing the tennis match for us last night and keeping me up.
That's on Tyler. Nobody listening to this understands, but whatever. Sorry. Again, if you're listening to this at this point, please make sure to consider again liking and subscribing. It would help us go a long way. If you're watching this and you're like watching a few episodes and you're not subscribed, why not just subscribe? Like help Matt out. 1 subscription helps this guy get an energy drink, and that's good stuff. Or like one of the insane pizzas he orders, but yeah.
Those are good pizzas.
Yeah. Please, I need to go get dinner, so I'll get out of this outro. Please make sure to comment though, for real. Some of the guys that you're excited to watch on the defense side of the ball, whether a top player like Miles Murphy or a guy like Darrell who's not getting any love. Please comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Draft Dawgs. Woof, woof, woof.
Woof, woof.